get going by just letting everything sort of drop and hang to the floor. Let the head go, let the neck go. See if you can just release a little bit more here. And then we're going to come down onto our hands and our knees. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're just going to do 3 cat-cows to set the position of the spine here. So you're going to take a breath in. Start to arch the lower back, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Let the belly relax to the floor. And then on your breath out, you're going to round. Push the floor away. Good. Let's do that twice more. Take a breath in. Arching, lifting the chest. Breath out and rounding. Once more. Breath in. And a breath out. Okay, and then come back to the middle, somewhere between those 2 positions. We're going to call that our neutral spine. I'm going to do a little body scan now, so we're going to start sort of top to toe, working through the shoulders down to the feet. We're going to start to just make little circles with our shoulders over our wrists. So we're just going to start to draw a very small circle round. Commit, it's as big or as small as you feel comfortable. I like to start quite small with this, and then eventually you can make it really big, passing through a child's pose, just to bring a little bit of movement into the lower back, into the hips. And then do one more, and we're going to start to change direction. So you're going to start to circle your wrists, circle your shoulders over your wrists. So it's like you're drawing a circle directly above the wrist. And then with each repetition, you can just start to make that a little bit bigger. It doesn't have to be huge, just make it as big or as small as you want. Super. Alright, and then find somewhere roughly in the middle of that circle. From here, we're carrying on with circles. We're going to drop our chest to the floor, so you're pinching your shoulder blades together. Don't bend the elbows, keep the elbows just micro bended. And then take your chest forward, lift your chest up, and come back. So it's like you're drawing a circle with your sternum through your shoulder blades. And just notice if any part of that feels a little stiff, if you need to spend a little bit longer. And any part of that circle. Good, and then we're going to change direction, so start to circle backwards. So it's like you're moving your sternum round your shoulder blades, round your scapula, a bit of a weird movement. Perfect. Okay, and then find somewhere roughly in the middle of that circle. Now try and keep your upper body still, so sort of from the chest upwards. We're going to just isolate our lower back now. So we're going to start to just move the pelvis. We're literally going to do some circles of our pelvis. So you're going to start to move the pelvis round in a circle, just trying to isolate the pelvis, not moving anywhere else. Really sort of feeling the tuck of the tailbone as we go into lumbar flexion, and then into extension, and then a change direction. Start to circle round to the left. Just creating a nice circle with the pelvis, trying to isolate the pelvis, and then roughly find somewhere in the middle of those 2 positions. Fantastic. From here, just moving on to the legs, we're going to sort of pass through the legs. We're going to extend the left leg back, tuck the left toes. So I really want you to try and draw your heel to the floor here. So you're literally trying to place it on the floor. I'd be very surprised if it got there. It's not really the aim here, but we're trying to draw that heel downwards, keeping your shoulders above your wrists. So that leg becomes really active, we're really squeezing the quad. And then we'll switch it over, take the right leg back, drawing the heel back, stretching out the plantar fascia, the calf, engaging the whole of that leg. Great, and then we're going to keep that right foot tucked. We're going to step our left foot back so our feet come to hip distance apart, and we are going to hold it here for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now start to bend your knees. You're going to lift your pelvis up, and we're going to take it into a downward dog. I want you to inhale as you do this. Fantastic. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring it forward to a high plank. So we're moving between some hamstrings, some lower back stretches, and some core strengthening. We're going to do this 4 more times. So lifting the pelvis up, taking it into a downward dog as you inhale. And then we're going to come up onto our tiptoes, Coming forward to a high plank. 3 more, take a breath in. Feeling a nice stretch. Breath out. Feeling the strength of your plank. 2 more, breath in. Breath out. Once more, breath in. Fantastic. And breath out. Holding it again here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're going to slowly just lower yourself down onto your belly. Great. Okay. From here, flip onto your back. We're just going to go through some bridges, nice simple bridges. This is going to engage the glutes a little bit, but I also really want you to think about your spinal mobility here. So your feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Hands going either side of your pelvis, palms up. Try not to have them down because you're going to want to sort of push through them. But we'll go a little sort of tuck upwards through the tailbone here. So we want to sort of scoop your tailbone up towards the sky and start to lift your pelvis up off the floor. Once the pelvis is up off the ground, we're thinking about taking the lower back up and then the mid back, and then just pausing on the bottom portion of the shoulder blade. I don't really want you to go sort of up onto the neck. I want you to stay onto the upper thoracic spine, so sort of the scapula, the shoulder blades. And then slowly as you exhale, just start to peel it down. We're really trying to go vertebra by vertebra just to bring a bit of movement into the spine. Great, we're going to do that 4 more times. Take a breath in, slowly peeling it up. You're going vertebra by vertebra. Just bringing a bit of movement into the spine, really steady. Great, breath out. Trying to peel, not just trying to come up and down and get a little bit of glute activation. We want to really think about the spinal mobility. 3 more, breathing in, scooping the tailbone up towards the sky. Take a breath in, using it almost as a bit of a spinal massage. Great work. Breath out, controlling it down. Let's go for 2 more. Take a breath in. Just enjoying this. Maybe the hamstrings and the glutes will start to fire a little bit. That's okay. They are holding you up. Breath out. Peel it down. Superb. We're going to stay up there on the next one. We're going to hold it. So you're going to start to lift yourself up. Great. Now we are literally going to hold it here for a minute. This is going to get a little spicy around the glutes, potentially around the core muscles, maybe even the lower back will start to engage. It shouldn't feel painful if your lower back is engaging. It should just feel like it's starting to warm up a little bit. And we're just going to breathe here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thinking about pulling your bottom rib to your pelvis here. So the temptation will be to sort of like come up onto the neck potentially and just hang out here in sort of that crease of the shoulder blades, but I want you to avoid that. I want you to be a little bit more engaged through the glutes, through the center, focusing on that breath. Got about 30 seconds left. All right, and then slowly, steady, just start to peel it down. You're going vertebra by vertebra. Well done. Whew. Just take your arms a little bit wider and just give your knees a little windscreen wipe from side to side, just to release any tension that's crept into the lower back. You can let that sort of tension through the ribs go if you want to let them flare for a moment, that's okay. Okay, and then we'll let the knees just drop over to the right and just hold it there, just for a moment. Enjoying that sort of internal rotation stretch through whichever knee is going in. And then coming across to the other side again, just taking a moment just to enjoy that stretch. Okay, fantastic.